Did you know that for this season, the Cottage and Wednesday Season 2 took 9 weeks to build the interior and incorporates nods to the original 1960s Addams Family show, such as the taxidermic bear and other furniture. So Season 2, Part 2 of Wednesday really met my expectations. I was really looking forward to the second part. They left the first part off on a great cliffhanger, and I had a lot of hopes for this season, just wrapping up. And I gotta say, this season really blew me away. It actually might be my favorite season so far. I do like it slightly better than the first season. I have so many great things to say about this second part. There's only one minor thing that I had a little problem with, but I'll save that for the end. First thing I liked about this part 2 is the storytelling and the character developments. Storytelling is just incredible. I like how if a story is told right, you can pretty much anticipate what's going to happen next. And there were so many moments in this part where they're hinting at things that might happen. You kind of putting the pieces together, and then like the very next scene, it actually happens, and everything. You can just piece the story together in your head. That's a sign of really great story writing right there. My friend Jake and I, really good friend of mine, he and I were just going back and forth with just how well the writing was in this, where you could really just foresee what's going to happen. And we were on like 6 for 6 on all these different things, from like Tyler's mother to who Slurp was, who Thing belongs to, like all this stuff that I'm like, we're all hoping for this to happen. There was never a guarantee that it was going to happen. There was never a guarantee that we were right, but like I said, it was done so well that if you're really paying attention and you really know the stories and the characters and you know a little bit of the Addams Family backstory, you might be able to piece some of this stuff together. And it just was flawless. Honestly, it was pretty flawless writing for this season. Character developments were beautiful. I really was happy that they brought back Principal Weems. Gwendolyn Christie nailed that role in the first season. And I'm glad that they didn't just like completely write her out. They brought her back and she got to shine once again under the spotlight as Wednesday's spirit guide, which is a perfect choice but also a hilarious choice. You putting these two characters together, just the tension and the attitude and all of that between the two was absolute perfection. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better two actresses to go at it together. Two opposite dynamics, really. And just the relationship between them that grows, but also the relationship between Morticia and Wednesday is being mended. And then Enid, the friendship between her and Wednesday is continuing to be challenged, and there's a lot of stuff that they need to work through together throughout this part, but there are some really beautiful developments through them. And then Agnes was one character I was really surprised by, just how they actually developed her. In the beginning, when we were first introduced to Agnes, I wasn't really a fan of her. I liked the idea of a Wednesday wannabe is fun for a little bit, but I thought she was a throwaway character. They might even kill her off early on, not really use her for anything, but they ended up keeping her, and they really utilized her well, and she came into her own person at the end, which is great story writing, great performances all the way around on this. The performances in this show have always been phenomenal. The casting choices are honestly perfect. Each actor and actress just really goes all in on their character, and one of the performances, my favorite performance of this entire part was episode 6, when we got the Freaky Friday body swap between Enid and Wednesday, and I think that really just like showcased how good of an actress Jenna is and how good of an actress Emma is. Putting them into opposite roles and kind of going method acting, kind of going, can they really bring it? Can they really convince us that they really did indeed not just switch bodies, but they swapped souls? And those are Emmy-worthy performances, in my opinion, with how well, specifically how well Emma portrayed Wednesday. I mean, it was identical. I mean, every little thing about how Emma portrayed Wednesday and Enid's body was like absolute perfection. I mean, down to her body movements and the way she looks and her Wednesday-isms, if you will. And then seeing Jenna as the bright, bubbly girl, I was told that I guess Jenna is the more extroverted person and Emma is a more introverted person, so they're actually like more natural this way than the other way. So phenomenal episode. That was my favorite episode I know a lot of people love that episode. And then my favorite scene, I really loved the dance scene with Enid and Agnes. But just seeing Agnes and Enid start to create a friendship through this dance choreography, I have no doubt will be done on TikTok and other platforms, just because the choreography is there. Lady Gaga's The Dead Dance does have a lot of great choreography that I know people are going to try to replicate. But the scene itself, just the how beautiful it was, and how the times where Agnes would disappear and then you would just be Enid, but she's like floating or just flying all around, like almost like she's possessed. Like, it was just perfect. The whole aesthetic of this scene, I couldn't ask for a better dance scene, because they had to match the dance scene from the first season. That one really viral. We'll see how viral this dance moment goes. And then really the only complaint I had was I was super excited that Lady Gaga was coming in as an unknown character. There are a lot of theories out there who she might have been playing. I was really hoping for her to be Ophelia. She didn't end up playing Ophelia. She just played a well-known professor, Rosalind Rotwood. But the amount of hype that was surrounding Lady Gaga, she got, I think it was like 2 minutes of screen time. That is it. Out of all the hype, all the excitement, for a character to only get 2 minutes of screen time really feels like we were robbed. But my hope is that maybe they're just doing a little intro and she will be back in Season 3. I know Season 3 has been greenlit. It was greenlit even before Season 2 was out. And what I've read is it's coming out middle of 2027. Production starts spring of 2026. So we'll see what happens. That was my only disappointing moment. I think I built it up in my head. I just was hoping for something else, I guess. Ophelia was a character they were hyping up too. And like, Lady Gaga would be perfect to play someone like that, because she's always been great at playing the scarier roles, the creepier roles. If you've seen any of her roles in AHS, you know she can really play the villain well. With all that being said, I'm so excited for Season 3. A lot of open-endedness at the end of this season. A lot of things I'm hoping for. I'm excited to see Enid and Wednesday's relationship continue to grow. Now that Enid is now a full werewolf, but I'm hoping she doesn't stay that way. Tyler, I'm not sure. I'm kind of hoping for maybe some redemption for him. Maybe he is able to control the hide, but I can also see that he could be killed because he doesn't have a master anymore. But I think the biggest focus of Season 3 will be Ophelia. I don't know really anything about Ophelia. The only references I have to Ophelia is the 60s show, the 1960s version of The Addams Family. That was just a sitcom. I mean, if you are familiar with the show, Carolyn Jones plays both Morticia and Ophelia. It'd be really nice if they went that route in this, where they had Catherine Zeta-Jones play both Morticia and Ophelia, paying homage to the original TV show. But I could see Tim Burton casting somebody else to play Ophelia. I mean, I would be very interested to see who he picks. It's going to be a well-known actress. I already know this. So who do you think Tim Burton is going to pick to play Ophelia? There's a lot of excitement. There's a lot of theories and hopes that I have. I just hope that it's well delivered and well executed. That's really all I'm asking for. I am hoping that maybe they'll be able to get the season out faster than 2027, because that's a long ways to wait. And if they divide it into 2 parts like they've been doing recently with Netflix, that's even a longer wait. So I'm hoping they don't do a 2-parter again. I would like to have just all the episodes right away, so you can just watch it all right away, just binge it right away. With all that being said, Season 2, Part 2 really blew me away. So for Season 2, Part 2 of Wednesday, I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10 Mudflap. So remember, leave me a thumbs up and drop the comments below. What's your hopes for Season 3 of Wednesday? See you soon.